She slammed the office door behind her, heart racing, breath short, and yet her face wore a calm smile. Everyone turned. "Tough day?" someone asked. Mara nodded, hiding the storm inside. No one knew what had just happened. The promotion she had worked on for months was stolen by 3 coworkers, paraded in front of the boss, and celebrated as their victory. And she had smiled. She had congratulated them. She had let them win. Before we get into this story, make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, and smash that like button. Trust me, you're going to want to see the ending. But Mara had no idea her quiet patience was about to pay off. She walked back to her desk as if nothing had happened. "Wow, Mara, I didn't think you'd be so graceful about it," whispered Jenna, one of the 3 who had stolen her idea. Mara tilted her head, faint smile, replying, "Sometimes it's better to let people think they've won." She didn't say it with malice. It was almost playful. But inside, a fire burned hotter than anyone could imagine. Over the next few weeks, Mara let them take the lead. She offered help on the project, fixed errors quietly, and never once made a scene. Her coworkers grew confident, arrogant even. They laughed in the hallways, bragged about their skills, and mocked anyone who questioned them. Mara's silence only fueled them further. Every late-night email she sent, every time-stamped file she saved, every voice note she recorded. It was all part of the plan. She wasn't losing. She was letting them climb, blind to the trap she had set. "You're amazing, Mara," one coworker said, genuinely impressed. Mara only shrugged. "Just doing my job," she replied, voice soft, unreadable. But her eyes watched, memorized, calculated. Each small victory they claimed was just another brick in the wall she was building. One morning, the office buzzed with news. The big presentation to investors and the media was coming. The 3 coworkers, full of smug self-confidence, barely noticed Mara moving calmly behind them. "We've got this," one said, smirking, throwing a glance at her. Mara smiled and said nothing. Inside, her pulse was steady. Inside, she felt the thrill of anticipation. As the launch began, the room was packed. Cameras, executives, investors. The stakes were higher than ever. Mara's co-workers strutted to the front, unaware that every single misstep, every tiny error they had ignored, had been meticulously recorded. And now the moment had come. Mara's fingers hovered over the keyboard one last time, hitting the button that would change everything. The screen flickered. Files appeared, emails, messages, proof of stolen ideas, stolen credit. The audience gasped. Executives leaned forward. Panic rippled through the team. "Wait, that's not... How is this possible?" one coworker stammered, voice cracking. Mara's eyes never left the screen. Calm, collected, triumphant. "Isn't this ironic?" whispered another coworker, now realizing how badly they had underestimated her. The room was silent except for murmurs, clicking cameras, and the whispers of people witnessing the fall of those who had thought themselves untouchable. Mara didn't gloat. She simply stepped back, letting the chaos unfold. One of the investors muttered, shaking his head, "This is incredible. I don't know how she stayed so composed all this time." Mara just smiled politely, notebook in hand, ready to step into the next chapter of her life. Her revenge wasn't loud. It didn't need to be. It was perfect in its timing, precise, devastating, and utterly satisfying. Her coworkers were left scrambling, humiliation clear in their eyes. The promotion they had stolen? Gone. Their reputation? Shattered. The office that had laughed at Mara now watched in awe, disbelief, and fear. And Mara? She quietly closed her laptop, packed her bag, and left the building with the kind of calm that only comes when justice is delivered with elegance and patience. Later, as she walked down the street, she allowed herself a small smile. "Sometimes the best revenge," she whispered, "is letting them think they've won, before it all comes crashing down." The wind brushed against her face, but she barely noticed. She was already thinking about the new opportunities waiting for her, the ones she had quietly lined up while everyone else chased temporary victories. Don't forget, a final reminder could echo over the video. If you loved seeing Mara's comeback, make sure to like, comment your favorite part, and subscribe for more stories like this. You won't want to miss what happens next. Because Mara had learned something everyone should remember. Patience, strategy, and observation can turn even the quietest person into the most unstoppable force. And in a world full of people trying to rush, shout, and prove themselves, sometimes the one who waits wins the most.